So Conor McGregor has been dominating the news this week, and we're going to get into that towards the end of this video. We're going to have a look at any updates that have popped in overnight, including an Instagram post that he put out himself. And we're going to have a look at a little conspiracy theory that popped up in my comment section regarding Conor McGregor. So make sure you stay tuned for that one. But before we get into that, yesterday was an interesting day because we had Jamahal Hill and Luke Rockhold acting a little bit, how should I say it?
Gay!
Jamahal Hill blasts Alex Pereira's UFC 300 knockout celebration. He issues a $20,000 challenge to fans talking shit. Very interesting.
Hey, yo, fuck all that, bro. At the end of the day, bro, y'all can only talk so much shit before somebody, you know what I mean, start to say something back. So for all y'all that's talking all this shit about this fighting shit, y'all want to speak on some fighting shit, we can talk money shit, nigga. 20 bands. Pull up to the gym. Anybody that, all y'all that's talking on these posts and all of this shit, and talking this and that, I got 20 bands. Pull up to the gym, bro. Come get paid. I know y'all broke and need it.
So Jamahal Hill is obviously taking offense at people having a little bit of banter surrounding the celebration by Alex Pereira. He's talking a lot about the knockout, right? We're going to actually pull that up right here. So this is his Instagram post yesterday. Sweet dreams, Hill. Now, I haven't really spoke on this, but I went to Brazil and dog walked your guy in one of the most one-sided ass whoopings in championship history. And after that, showed nothing but respect and paid homage. He's talking about fighting a guy like that was 75 years old. I like Glover Teixeira. Good guy and everything like that, but get real, bro. I've never celebrated over an opponent I beat and even call out my fans for disrespecting Johnny Walker after I slept him. That's true. I've covered that a couple of times. Fair play to him for doing that. But because I showed competitive fire and was excited to be back after an injury that could have ended my career, y'all think it was funny or cool. Alex Pereira, you really set up a punch you couldn't get without a weird, confusing moment and did some weak shit, but it's okay because you will fight me again and my eyes won't leave you until you are as stiff as Izzy left you in Miami. Fake. Anyhow. So the dude is seriously upset because of the knockout, right? That's what it is. He's upset because of the knockout. He hasn't gotten over it. And people bringing it up online, or even Alex Pereira doing that celebration thing, has perturbed him. Has probably sent him over the edge. And that's what resulted in the video yesterday. Calling out people who are talking shit. You know, it's the same old adage. He's a professional fighter in the limelight, former champion, doing extremely well, I believe. And he can't take the criticism. You could say that he is sensitive, but what about just blocking these people or just ignoring them? Would that not work just the same way? Instead of challenging them to come to the gym and that you have 20,000 sitting there ready for them to fight me. So every journalist, every podcaster, anyone who covers the sport or that are an armchair supporter of the sport, he wants to fight them because they're talking about the sport. It's kind of the same thing of like football, tennis, any sort of sport in general. You're not allowed to have an opinion according to these guys if you offend them. You're not allowed to have an opinion unless you're able to do it yourself. That doesn't make sense. So you can't have an opinion about a movie unless you're a director or a screenwriter. You can't have an opinion about politics unless you've run for Congress. And you can't talk about Jamahal Hill getting knocked out against Alex Pereira unless you're a fighter. And he'll jump on social media and he'll offer up money for someone to come there and do it. I did see a very funny reply to his social media post, and someone asked him, hey bro, what happens if Alex Pereira rolls up there looking for that 20,000? So let's have a look at the controversial knockout where Jamahal Hill believes that he took his eyes off of Pereira, where he believes that Herb Dean is responsible for him not becoming the champion or something like that. Let's have a look and we'll break it down in real time. Let's stop it right there. Groin kick. Herb Dean says stop. Alex tells him go away. Boom, we're back in the fight. At this very point, Jamahal Hill and Alex Pereira are looking directly at each other and we're all good to go, right?
Please, get out of here.
Okay, so what's that, like 3, 4, 5 milliseconds where they're even adjusting position? We're still circling and Herb Dean is completely gone out of the picture right here, right? So I don't think that there's an issue with Herb Dean being involved right here or what he had just done previously. Boom, gets knocked. I mean, it's as clear as day. Let's look at it again in real time without pausing. Herb steps in, he gets told to go away. Fight continues, they're eye to eye, and he gets knocked out. Okay, That's pretty straightforward. You got your feelings hurt because you got knocked out and people made some fun of you. In fairness, you did stand up for Johnny Walker when he got that weird looking knockout, but the same thing happens to you and you lose your shit, go online and you start offering $20,000 to fight some rando that's talking about you on social media. A little bit weird and a little bit gay. Okay, let's jump over here to this story. Luke Rockhold pleads with Dana White to give him Sean Strickland. I will end this kid's life. That's what he said yesterday. So let's listen to what he actually said.
Fuck, I hate that guy. He's just like, I know a lot of people look at me and they just hate me. I see this fucking kid's face every time I see him. It's just disgusting. Sean Strickland. You don't like his face? He's a fake little bitch. What's wrong with his face? Doesn't even know who he is. I don't think he believes the shit he's saying these days. He's just spouting off, trying to like. Dana gives me that hall pass. I'll come in. I will step on that kid's face.
Is this?
So Sean Strickland responded to this. He said, a couple of things. I sparred you one round, fucked you up, and you snuck away like a bitch. This was witnessed. Also, we were scheduled to fight. I said, hell yeah, that's easy paycheck for me. And you pulled out a few weeks out. Extreme ? I'll fuck you up for fun. LOL. There's also this interaction that I came across on the Rampage Jackson podcast, and they're having a little bit of banter talking about Sean Strickland.
A painting of a whale's vagina.
Hey, what are you doing right now?
He's like a Russian soldier.
I can't even do it. I'm not dumb. It's like that's what he does. He fights like this.
He
goes here. He goes. He's always throwing weird ass stupid shit. He's like the nutcracker.
Yeah, I hate that. I hate that.
Look, it worked. It worked, dude.
Hey, he gets the award for the ugliest fighter.
He's not
ugliest fight style.
He just
disgusting.
Fucking ugliest
I like
fight
this
style.
though. This is my new boxing.
So there's that. I'm not really a big fan of all these boys poking fun at Sean Strickland, especially after we saw Israel Adesanya do it just a couple of days ago. But that fun and that jovialness wasn't around when he put the beat down on Israel Adesanya. People were kind of shocked and people were all coping saying, well, we all knew that Sean Strickland was a badass. We all knew that, right? But people think that we were like disparaging him and we were laughing at him, but we weren't really. We knew that he was the type of guy that could go in there and do this and that he was extremely hard to beat because of that unorthodox style. Now it's a few months later, Israel is getting back on the horse, getting special treatment by the UFC, getting title shots. He jumps online and starts poking a little bit of fun towards Sean Strickland, and all of a sudden we have these clowns poking fun at him as well. As for the Luke Rockhold thing, right? I've got 100 windows opened here in terms of bits and pieces that I have come across that are controversial if you want to go down them lines. But the bottom line is I don't even think we need to show these. People that know Luke Rockhold know what he's about. Extremely unlikable. As for calling out Dana saying, put me back in, coach, after his last interactions with the media during the Paulo Costa build-up, Dana White doesn't want anything got to do with this guy. All he does with media airtime is attack Dana White. So I don't envision Dana White giving him any sort of a chance. The dude is damaged, right? So you're talking about Sean Strickland, who comes out and he kind of says it the way it is. He's had a dodgy past. He's cried on podcasts. He's a damaged dude. He puts it all out there. What you see is what you get, right? It can be hypocritical or it can be extremely endearing. With Luke Rockhold, what you have is this guy who's extremely unlikable. We saw that with the Michael Bisping stuff. He got put out cold, and rightly so. We've seen his head get bounced back and forth a lot. That's grand as well. But when you hear some of the recent life choices that this guy talks about overtly, you kind of understand why he's messed up in the head. And he looks it and he sounds it. He sounds like a bitter guy. And what fuels this kind of imbalanced mental state of Luke Rockhold is the fact that he's holding on to resentment so tightly. He wants it back with Dana White because he believes that he wasn't given the respect that he deserves. He wants it back with Sean Strickland because he doesn't like his opinion. He doesn't like how the round of sparring went. He's holding on to resentment so deeply and so tightly. And people can see that. We saw it during the Paulo Costa fight when he leaned over him and bled all into his face and was asked after that by Ariel Helwani, why would you do that?
When you were rubbing your face on his face with the blood, was that just like a big F you to everyone? Was that a conscious move on your part? What is going on in your mind when you're doing that?
Well, it's just fuck you. Guys.
That's a great reason. So the dude is holding on to resentment. And you know what they say about holding on to resentment so tightly? It's like taking poison and waiting for everybody else to die. It's no good for you. Let it go. And you'll probably be that better person that you keep talking about everyone else should be, but doesn't really apply to you. And also, if you were to get into the octagon with Sean Strickland right now, I think he would walk you down and pop your head off like a daisy. So the best armchair advice that I could give is stop acting gay. So in the middle of all the speculation this week with Michael Chandler leaving a fight camp yesterday and going back to his hometown, Tennessee, posting up online, "You know where I am, come and get me if you want me," Ariel Helwani came out and said that things are looking extremely positive for this fight actually taking place at the end of the month. And Conor McGregor posts this picture up. I did see people talking about the fact that he looks like a little bit of a clone. I don't think he's a clone. I think that he's got a bunch of like female fillers in his face, or you know, the stuff that all the young girls go around with in their lips and their eyes, and they look kind of like your man from the Beauty and the Beast. I think that's what he's got going on there. He's posting this picture from a hospital bed. He looks fresh. He looks like he's fit. He's putting it out there. People are saying that he just posted this photograph on Instagram and appears to be in a medical examination room of some sort. So the speculation is flying crazy on this one. Ariel is saying that it's looking extremely positive, that this is actually going to go ahead. Way more positive than it looked on Monday and Tuesday. So take from that what you will. As I said, in terms of being conspiratorial, I do have this comment that I will read. And it's from a live stream that I did the other night when we talked about all the mad speculation. I've been trying to word this without getting my friend in bother. McGregor was in the neurological department 2 days ago, but I don't know why. Well, I do, but I cannot say, because if it gets back, then it will narrow down too much. He's not in a bad way, but he has issues because of a spar. Believe that or not, I don't care, but it's a legit reason for him pulling out. McGregor will not be on this card. For some reason, I cannot fathom why McGregor was really interested in being on the 303 card. I don't get why in particular number matters to Conor, but it does. It was 300 or 303. He also asked for 333. I would be surprised to ever see McGregor in the octagon fighting ever again, and I am a fan. I wish I could give better news, but I can't. All the best from the north. So I thought that that was an interesting comment. Of course, there's going to be comments like that all across the internet. We don't know how much credence we can put into them, but I just said that I'd throw that out there because there is a picture of Conor McGregor being in a hospital that he put out on social media, and that does have a correlation with the comment that we just read out. So is this fight going to happen on June 29th? We'll have to wait and see. Things are looking positive. Conor's in the hospital. His face looks like the dude from Beauty and the Beast. People think that he's a clone, but I don't think he's a clone. I think that he's just worried about the wrinkles in his face and he's getting all pumped in there. Let me know your thoughts down below. Hit like, subscribe and share. Cheers.